All right. Well, my name is Dr. Roz, and I am the VP of Communications here at a company by the name of Akana. Well, Akana means in the hands of God. That means a lot to us because we know that scripture says that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. So we are so passionate about allowing God to order our steps, allowing God to lead us to people that need what we have. It's really everybody, but it's not for everybody. But we know that God will lead us to the right people who are ready to be recipient of what is taking place. And so we can take their health to another level. Let me briefly tell you a little bit about our company. We launched on April the 20th of 2019, and we started out with a line of CBD products and essential oils, and then we expanded in 2020 to a complete line of wellness and weight management products, and then we moved further in 2021 to something you're going to hear about tonight called the Flat Belly Lifestyle. We actually have over 30,000 customers. We are a customer-based company. We love our customers. We strive to include more customers because we know, whether you know it or you hope to know it before the night is over, that you need what we have. And we do our best to reinvest 1% of our gross profits to empower undeserved communities. And we work so hard and diligently every single day to deliver 5-star customer support. Our mission is that we believe health, wealth, freedom, and legacy are our birthright. See, we got to go back to the old days when they used to grow stuff in the backyard, go back to the earth, back to the ground. And by offering life-changing products and an innovative business, we empower people to elevate to their full potential. Our vision is just that, to elevate the well-being of your body and your soul. Now, we're going to talk about wellness tonight, but why is wellness so important? Well, it's unfortunate that I have to give you some statistics that I wish I didn't have to say, because we have given birth to the first generation of children who are predicted to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents. Just recently, one of our founder members of the company had an event in Chicago, and we have a thing called a bioscan where you can tell what's going on in the cells of your body. And so they were doing these scans, and there were children that were there from the age of 10 and up. And can you believe that so many of them had fatty livers? I mean, they asked the question, how often did they go to fast food restaurants? And everybody raised their hand that they basically went at least 5 days a week. That's atrocious, because that's causing them not to be able to get to some of the ages that many of us are already, because they're putting toxic food into their body. It's been estimated that by 2030, colon cancer is estimated to become the leading killer of people 20 to 49 years of age. And that's why we're so impressed by our medical advisory board. Yes, our medical advisory board is made up of RNs and LVNs and PhDs and MDs, chiropractors, general practitioners, those that specialize in so many different areas. We've even got naturopathic doctors and naturopathic doctors. We got those that believe in herbs and those that believe in essential oils. And the thing about our medical advisory board is they don't just endorse our products, but they use our products for themselves, their families, and their patients. What we're doing here at Akana is creating a blue zone. What is a blue zone? Well, did you not know that there are 6 areas in the world where people eat far less animal meat and live longer than average? There's 6 of them, and we're doing our best to create a 7th one. And guess what? We only have one in the United States. That's not hard to believe, because we actually have foods that some of these other countries ban. We have commercials that we play that are not even allowed in other places. So how do we create a blue zone? We make lifestyle changes, and we make those changes make those lifestyle changes in our own families, starting with ourselves and then our own community. So here's the question I'm going to ask you, and I want you to think about this. Do you know anybody that's living with pain? See, pain can become your new norm. You wake up with it, you go to sleep with it, and you feel like you can't do anything because nothing else is helping. None of the pills that you take help the pain. None of the things that they diagnose help the pain. But that shouldn't be the case. Do you know anybody that's living with anxiety? Especially since COVID. COVID caused a lot of anxiety in our lives. But you know what the culprit to almost every disease is inflammation. So if you are a person yourself that's maybe dealing with any of those things or anything that you see on the screen, whether it's managing your blood sugar or having epileptic seizures or anxiety or depression, or maybe you've been diagnosed with cancer, they told you had stage 4 and didn't even tell you when you had stage 1, 2, or 3. What about lupus or diabetes? It's running rampant in our communities, high blood pressure and diabetes. But let me tell you something. If you know anybody and they're not already on this call, I would say pick up the phone right quick and give them a call and say, look, jump on here. I want you to see something. If you know anybody that needs to hear this information, make sure they know that if they can't be on tonight, we'll be on tomorrow at 12 noon and 6 p.m. Central Time, and then Friday at 12 noon and 6 p.m. Central Time. We got 2 more days to talk about this. But before I get into our products, let me go over our disclaimer, because our products are never, ever intended to diagnose, to treat, to cure, or to prevent any disease. We promote having a healthy lifestyle, including good nutrition, exercise, and proper rest. And when our customers combine those habits with our products, we see results similar to what you're going to see in some of the information I'm going to give you and some of the videos you're going to hear. Your results will be based on the time and effort you put towards maintaining a healthy lifestyle and following our recommendations. Now, the FDA has not evaluated these statements, and all of our trademarks and copyrights are the property of their respective owners and are not affiliated with, nor do they endorse this product. We don't make claims, but I'm going to tell you something, our customers do. So we have a full wellness dispensary. It's like having a store. And the person that invited you has a store, like an Amazon, but it's focused on health and wellness. Whether you need to be calm or relax or relief or have some creativity or passion, even if you want to detox your body. So now let's look at the categories that are right there on that website. When you go to the website, you're going to go shop and you're going to press shop and you're going to see several different categories. One of those categories that I want to touch on first is called Flat Belly Lifestyle. Flat Belly Lifestyle starts with your blood type. Do you know your blood type? Now, whether you're watching us on Facebook Live or on YouTube or you're in the Zoom, wherever you're watching us tonight, I want to know, do you know your blood type? Matter of fact, go put it in the chat right now. Are you a blood type O, A, B, or AB? Now, if you start using any other letters like G, N, or F, that's not your blood type. But if you don't know your blood type, I want you to put the letters IBK. I don't know. The average person doesn't know their blood type. If you've not been a person that gives blood, maybe that may be the reason you know. You may say, somebody told me, well, I'll go look at my license. It's not there. It's not on your blood type. It's not on your license. And if you go ask your doctor, he may ask you, why do you want to know? Well, because it's your blood, right? And if you want to get it known what it is, he may charge you a couple of $100s. But let me tell you what we got here at Akana. We have a blood type testing kit. For just a phenomenal fee, you can get a blood type testing kit for about $20, and you will know what your blood type is. Why do you want to know? Because you may very well be eating in the dark. You may be dealing with inflammation. You may be dealing with bloating or constipation because you're eating a particular food that is toxic to your blood type. Dr. Eric Prince, who is our naturopath, he talks about the antigen that's in your blood that causes you not to be able to digest certain foods because of that blood type. Look at the chart. I mean, that's just a small chart, 3 different items per blood type. If you're an A and you eat bananas every morning, you're cutting them up, putting them on your cereal, there's a reason why you're dealing with inflammation. Lobster, steak. If you're blood type B and you love your fried chicken, don't shoot the messenger, I promise you. But I'm telling you, it's causing the problems that you may be having in your body because it's toxic. It's like eating poison, and your body has to overwork just to digest it. And over time, that immune system of yours says, I can't do it anymore. If you're blood type O and you love your catfish or your white wine or your avocados, I'm an O and I love the avocados. Love the white wine, and I don't do too much with the catfish. We like the red snapper, but I'm just saying, you want to make sure that you find out. And we're going to make sure that you have a beneficial, neutral, and avoid list based on your blood type. But get back with the person that invited you. They loved you enough, and this is the first step to know your blood type. Next, we have a fruit. It's called aronia berry. And this is a superfruit. It's one of the most powerful superfruits on the planet Earth. Let me tell you something. We've got it in juice and in powder. And I don't live without it. Every day I do a shot of that aronia berry juice because that's all that's required is 1.5 ounces. But I was on the phone with a young lady on yesterday who was really sickly in her body. And we told her because the farmer who we purchased it from, he said he uses a whole 8 ounces. Well, I didn't want to run out of mine that fast. But she took a whole 8 ounces. And the next day, today, she was up out of the bed. Because it accelerates weight loss, it reduces the inflammation, it fights age-related diseases, and now I use the powder, just sprinkle it all over my salad, because this aronia berry has a high ORAC score. Well, what's an ORAC, Dr. Ross? ORAC score is what helps us understand how effective a berry or food is at protecting our cells from damage caused by harmful substances in our body. And we get those on a daily basis. The higher the score, the better they are at keeping us healthy. Now, if you look at the graph on the left, that's the standard aronia berry. Wonderful. You see there, it's higher than elderberry. And we know, many of us already know that elderberry juice is really good, or elderberries are great. Blueberries are good for you. How about noni? You heard about noni? But look on the right. We have a relationship with the farm in the Dakotas. The way they grow their aronia berry, the ORAC score goes to the highest than ever before, 40,000. So that's why we're seeing such wonderful results from our aronia berry. I won't go without it. But what I understand, since I became a certified wellness coach, one of the things I understand about healing is that we've got to detox our body. Take a listen to this video.
If you don't clean the colon, there is absolutely nothing that you can do to get well. I don't care how elaborate that it is, the practice is. I don't care how much money it costs. If you don't clean the colon, you cannot get well. Did you know obesity is storing your own waste? When that waste gets loose into the bloodstream circulates the body 9 times a minute. And it drops that waste in every cell in the body. This is the reason for eyeglasses. This is the reason for headaches. This is the reason for hearing loss. This is the reason for your hair falling out, is because the colon waste is in the bloodstream.
The colon waste. See, we don't understand that there's waste just sitting in our body. There's food that just sits there on the linings of our intestines, our small intestines, large intestines, our stomach, our colon. It never made it to the toilet. And so over time, that builds up. And that's why every single person under the sound of my voice needs to detox at some point in your life. Matter of fact, you should do it at least twice a year. Let the body rest. God ordained our bodies to heal itself. But detoxification is the metabolic process by which toxins are changed into less toxic or made more readily excreted substances. Every day, every single day that we breathe, we encounter toxins in the air, in our food. They're spraying our fruits and vegetables with pesticides and herbicides, and in our water. And not only that, in the thoughts we think. Listen, negative thinking and stress causes a buildup of toxins in our bodies. Oftentimes I'm sitting with people and I do their bioscan and they're in the red around their heart and around their areas of their heart, and it's because of stress. They got a stressful job, they got a stressful marriage, they're living in a stressful situation. And I often stop just for a minute and tell them, you've got to de-stress. There are times when your body must take on a massive detox. And there may be detox symptoms, headaches, fatigue, a digestive upset, but that's those toxins saying, I don't want to go, I don't want to leave, because they've been living with us for 20, 30, 40 years, depending on your level of toxicity. So I want you to know if you're dealing with any kind of anxiety or dizziness or an autoimmune disease, if you are that person that's having bloating in your body or not having good bowel movements on a regular basis, having sensitivities to certain kinds of food, you're dealing with, you have medication. Are you on medication, high blood pressure? I don't care what it is. Over time, the chemicals are causing problems in the long run. My father, when he passed away on dialysis, but he had been on blood pressure medicine all of his adult life. So that's why I'm so passionate about our detoxing. We've got several different programs available to you. We've got a 21-day cleanse, a 7-day cleanse, and I'll talk to you about a 4-day cleanse that we have as well. We would like for everybody to start with our 21-day. Our 21-day, but see the key word there? It's raw. That means fruits, vegetables, and salad. And these products that we have go in your juice. You're going to be juicing. And if you're that person, maybe say, I don't have a juicer, or right now I can't really afford to get a juicer. We'll let you do smoothies. But we prefer to do the juicing, but smoothies will work as well. But you're going to use these products in that juice or in that smoothie. The first product is an eliminator. That's going to pull out the mucus and the parasites. Yes, mucus builds up in our body. If you heat and cook any of your food over time, it builds up with mucus. The cheese, the dairy builds up with mucus. I love broccoli, and I love it steamed, and I love it roasted, and I love it sauteed. But guess what's the best way to have it? Raw. You're right. That's why this is a raw cleanse, because we want to let our digestive system rest and let God do what he normally does. He ordained for our bodies to heal itself. Along with that, there's going to be a detox tea. We call it a liquid colonic. That's going to flush out the sewer system, flush your whole body out, not just your colon. Because some people tell me, well, I did a colonoscopy. Right, I got you. But you've got more than a colon in your body. You've got a stomach. You've got a small and large intestines. You've got blood vessels. You've got capillaries. And then we're going to nourish your cells with superfoods. That's the third product. Because guess what? Most of us are cooking out the nutrients that we should be having in our body from our food if we're eating right. But you heat it, you've just cooked it out. You've cooked out the majority of those nutrients. And then we have something to support your muscles. And depending, you're going to get with your coach or the person that sponsored you or the person that invited you here, and they'll walk you through these products on which ones, the first 3, and if you should include the other one. A lot of times, because you've already got too much protein from the animals that we eat, and when I say animals, I'm talking about anything with eyes, we've got too much already. So a lot of times we use that 4th product after we do the 21 or the 7-day cleanse. But the bottom line is that there is no healing without flushing the sewer system. That's your sewer system. If your drainage gets clogged at home, don't you do something? Yeah, you're going to get a plunger or you're going to get some Drano. But what about our internal sewer system? And then the third way that you can get started, if you're saying, okay, well, I don't know, I think I need to ease into this. Well, we do have a bitters challenge for 4 days, and it includes the bitters challenge. Now, bitters is bitter. It is really bitter, but it's going to flush you out and cause the sugar to come out of your body. So if you're that person and you know you can't do without your sweets, you can't do without your carbs, well, here's another way to start. And along with it is our flat belly protein powder to give you the protein that you need. All of that is included in the Bitters Challenge. So either way, just get started. Let's start somewhere. You heard me say, I prefer you to start with that 21-day, and then you can alternate some of these other ones along the way. That's what most of us do. But get back with the person that invited you. If you're watching on Facebook Live, whoever the Facebook page is, go to their DM and message them and say, look, send me the website. I need to order right now. If you are on Zoom and somebody invited you here, get back with them and let them know I'm ready to place my order. And because we're going to provide you with everything you need. Matter of fact, you can go to our website, flatbellylifestyle.com, and you're going to download our ebook. You're going to even download our 12-week maintenance after you finish doing the detox for the first time. It's not a one and done. We want you to make sure we turn this into a lifestyle, and everything you need is going to be made available to you. Now let's go to another category, because I told you when you go to the person's website that you're going to see different categories. Flatberry Lifestyle was one category. Another category is edibles. We've got somebody trying to get in, guys. So they're edibles. So there are different kinds of edibles, right? Edibles is what you put in your mouth. So we got flat belly gummies, we got broad spectrum gummies, we got flight gummies, we've got king of the jungle gummies. Now here's the thing about our gummies. It's pretty different from so many places because you can go get CBD, and CBD is what's in these gummies. Now let me make sure you understand. CBD comes from the hemp side of the plant, meaning it's non-psychotropic. There is no high. See, the first time I heard the word cannabis, I'm thinking about, oh no, I'm in ministry. I know you ain't trying to get me to get folks high, but it has nothing to do with high. It has to do with health and healing because it's from the hemp side of the plant, not the marijuana side of the plant. And so these gummies are infused, vegan CBD infused gummies that help with sex, sleep, creativity, and relaxation. If you fall in any of those categories, it's going to assist you. If you want to get the sleep that you've never had before, the REM, the restorative sleep, I challenge you to try these gummies. Then you can even cook with our chili lime and our garlic fire. And you can curb the carb in your diet or your appetite. You're always craving for carbs, craving for sugar. Guess what? Our flat belly gummies will help that process. And then we have some that are a little stronger, our Delta 8, but we've got Power, we've got Pure, we've got Delta 8, and I'll go into that in a little more depth in just a few minutes. But our gummies are a good way to get started. We've even had children that have been using, you take a half a gummy. We have a testimony of a young man that was 12 years old, and they classified him with ADHD, and used to take him, hours and hours to do his standardized test. And his parent gave him a fourth of a gummy, and he went and took the test and did it in 40 minutes. They were amazed. Of course, they didn't tell him that they had given him a CBD gummy. They kept that to themselves. Our next category is tinctures. Tinctures are those things that are in the bottle, and you take the vial and you put it right there under the tongue and get 3 drops. We tell you to start low, start slow. 3 drops in the morning, 3 drops in the evening for all the tinctures. That means because it's a tincture, it goes straight to your bloodstream because it's an oil that's going underneath the tongue. We have the elevation drops that come from the earth. So many testimonies of what's happening with our elevation drops of people that are having autoimmune diseases that all of a sudden they got their life back. See, that's what this is all about, getting your life back. And if you're that person, you say, well, I just don't like the taste of the tincture, although most of ours taste pretty good, because we have one that's our proprietary formula called Hempranium. We've got it in Power and Pure. It's got black seed oil, turmeric, coconut oil, peppermint oil, hemp seed oil, and the carrier oil is MCT coconut. That means to carry it straight to your cells, and it doesn't taste bad at all. Now, we have some that don't have the peppermint. So maybe you're that person, you say, well, I just don't like the taste. Well, we've got water soluble. Water soluble in the Power and the Delta 8 that you can put in your tea, your juice, your water, whatever it is that you're drinking. It will just be great because it's bioavailable in that water soluble. And then we've got the hemp powered hair. And then you're going to hear me talk a little bit more about the hair products, but we got to talk about it here because we also have it as a tincture. And you can put it on as a topical, which you'll see later, but a tincture under the tongue, for those of you dealing with alopecia, hair loss, other things that you're dealing with, we have it so that you can take it internally. Our next category is topicals. Topicals are what you put on the top of your skin. Put it on topically. Well, we've got lotions. My goodness. Our CBD body butter comes in lotus or hibiscus. And it is so smooth. It nourishes your skin, leaving it supple and silky. It includes intense hydrators like organic coconut oil and goat milk, which helps maintain that youthful appearance. Who doesn't want that? But then for those of you who talked about pain earlier, it's time for that pain to go. It's time for that pain to decrease. Again, we don't make the claims, but our customers do. We've got our #1 seller, always in the top 2, 3, 4 in our selling, Power Extreme Pain Relief. It comes in cream and it comes in a roller ball. And let me tell you something. This absolutely is amazing. One of them has about 13, 14 different essential oils in it. The other has about 21 essential oils in it. And if there's pain, just put it on right then and there. If you're working out and your muscles get tight, use the rollerball, have it, travel with it. I had one of the ladies on my team, she said she had a relief rollerball in every area of her house. So wherever the pain would hit her, it would cover it. Even the extreme pain relief cream. I don't leave the house without carrying a sample of this with me, because if I'm sitting next to somebody and I see that they're in pain, their back is hurting, if they talk about they have neuropathy, my godmother puts it on her feet and puts her socks on, and it helps that tingling sensation. And here's the good thing about the topicals. Because it's topical, you don't have to worry about the CBD getting into your bloodstream, because it doesn't break the blood-brain barrier. And then we have our smokables. Now, I know some of you, maybe you've never been a smoker, but let me tell you something about smokables. There's a great benefit to taking a hit. Yeah, you heard me, taking a hit off of our pre-rolls. Maybe you were like some people I know back in the day, you did the little herbs. Okay, you went to the Earth, Wind, and Fire concert and the lights go down and all the smoke goes up. But our smokables, it's not about, see, people get a bad taste when they talk about vaping and this kind of thing. It's not the vaping, it's the content. CBD is, we're talking about healing. We're talking about getting the anxiety off of you. And vaping and CBD smokables increases your bioavailability because it works so fast, faster onset. So if you're like a teacher and the kids are just getting on your nerves, take a break, go to the bathroom, hit that pre-roll, come back, and you're chilling, and all of a sudden you're just teaching, and they're wondering why they can't get to you anymore. If you're in a stressful environment, same thing. So our smokables have great benefits. Our essential oils. Now, this was one that I had to be educated on when I got to Akana, because I didn't know anything about essential oils and how they've gone back centuries. This is nothing new, but black seed oil and eucalyptus oil, tea tree. Now, I did know about frankincense from the Bible. It was good enough for Jesus, so I feel like it's good enough for me. That's what one of our partners said today. Peppermint oil. I used to use that in my mask and spray it, and still use it if we're driving long distance and you kind of get tired and you put a little bit in your hands and do it like this and then just breathe it in. All of a sudden it awakens all your senses. Same thing with eucalyptus. My husband uses the Defense nasal spray. He used to have, you hear what I said? Used to have sinus headaches. And the Defense nasal spray, push that up, squeeze that up one time in each nostril, automatically it left just so quickly. So many things. I mean, even tea tree oil helps with insect repellent. Lemon oil helps detoxify the liver. Black seed does so many things. So many of our customers will use our Hemp MD, that is our strongest CBD, and then they'll add black seed oil to it and match those two together. Because the Hempranium already has black seed oil in it. But just to get that same effect, because you need something stronger, which is our highest CBD, then you can add black seed oil to it. And yes, we do have something to help in the bedroom. Come on now, let's just be real. Time brings about a change, and the Cherry Bliss is a personal lubricant for the penile and or vaginal application intended to moisturize and to lubricate. There's no need to be embarrassed if you need it. If you need it, you want to get it so things can be back to the way they used to be. And then we got a gummy called King of the Jungle. Now, you know what that does, right? Enhances the stamina and the libido and the performance. And it's CBD. Listen, but I've heard that some people call it Queen of the Jungle. So it's not just for the men only. And then our creativity. I love to use this and to give people the opportunity to use this, especially those that are creative, my musician friends and those that are writing books and you just get a block or something. Well, listen, definitely follow the directions, because this is the Delta 8 version. Now, there are some cities that don't even allow this to be shipped to them. So make sure that you look at the website and see, make sure you're not in a city that doesn't allow us to ship to you for Delta 8. And the person who invited you, they will be gracious enough to let you know, oh, well, sorry, but we can't ship this to you, but here's what we can do as an alternative. We have a wonderful beauty, hair, and skincare line. Oh, let me tell you something. Our naturopathic person, has helped us with all of our compilations. But not only do we have a naturopath, we also have a trichologist. And our trichologist, she's a doctor in my book, but her name is Doris Mosley. And she's put together, with the help of our CEO, this line of products that help to reduce your lines, your supple skin, your 3-in-1 shampoo, 3-in-1 shampoo, a body wash, and a facial cleanser. I love it. It has a little peppermint scent to it. It's fantastic. And then detangling. Every day I use that detangler because I'm not going to struggle with the tangles, right? And it does a wonderful job. You can just comb straight through, and then you can thicken your hair again with the hemp-powered hair. Remember I said you can put it on topically because it's going to help with, as our trichologist says, the epidemic of alopecia. There's an epidemic of hair loss. We're losing our hair. We're going to the beauty shop. We're getting things pulled too tightly. The edges are going back further and further and further. We got little spots. Now she says, if there's a little piece for us, we can help you. And it takes time. It doesn't happen slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. It's not going to happen overnight. But if it's smooth like a baby's bottom, I'm sorry, we can't do nothing about that. But we got a hair, scalp, facial. And we didn't forget about the men. We've got a beard and scalp oil that's strengthening and thickening the beard. We've got some brothers, their beard looks like a lion's mane because they've been using the beard and the scalp oil. And here's the good thing, that if you say, okay, well, I need a combination of things. One of our doctors calls it the trifecta. That's when you use 3 different products together, because when one wears off, the other kicks in. When the other wears off, then the other kicks in. So we've got bundles. Whether you're talking about a bliss, glow, relief, wellness boost, we've got healing hair, mini bundle for you to be calm or relief, whatever it is that you need, we've got it in our wellness dispensary. And here's the beautiful thing about it. We're certified. We've got certified products backed by a lab tested, third-party lab test, not a lab that we've got in-house, a third-party lab not associated with our company that checks all of our products to make sure all of our batches, to make sure that what we say is in the product is in the product. Now, you can't always find that in the little convenience store where you go and get your CBD, or the grocery store, or wherever you find a sign that's got a flag waving CBD. They can't always back that up. But we formulate our proprietary blends of herbs and botanicals to elevate your well-being. And we make sure that no matter what your occupation is, what things that you do that may require, because they tell you that you can't do CBD because you get random drug tests. Well, let me tell you something, we've got you. We have a pure label that's less than 0.0% of THC. Now, none of our products, because they all come from the hemp side of the plant, give a high. But depending on how your body metabolizes, if you had the gold products, which have 0.3% or less, it might show up. But we got the pure label just for you. Now, as I said, if that's not your concern, then go ahead, 0.3% or less, you won't know the difference because you're still going to get the same effects. Now, that Delta 8, that's the cousin to the Delta 9. And you want to be careful because we want you to follow the instructions on the label because it is the cousin to Delta 9. And again, it's not available in all 50 states. But I do want you to understand how to use our products. See, that's one of the difference between what we do here, because we educate people. You go in the store, they're going to tell you something. They may not even know who the source is. They don't know what kind it is, and they can't even tell you really how to use it. But our tinctures, you should start low and start slow. 3 drops 2 times a day. Now, if you don't get the results you're trying to get, if the pain doesn't leave, the inflammation, if several days you're using it and your blood pressure is not affected, then go ahead and increase it. 3 drops maybe 3 times a day, or maybe you can go 6 and 6, but 15 drops is the maximum. The gummies, start with 1/4 of a gummy. If you really want to have that REM sleep, dealing with inflammation and other items, and you take 1/4 of a gummy and you wait 5 minutes and it doesn't happen, please don't take another gummy. Let it wait about 45 minutes. Now that's what we say, but our customers often say 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it's kicked in, it's doing the job. But don't be so quick to take another gummy because it's got to go through the stomach. See, the tincture is subliminal. It's going down and under the tongue, so it's going straight to your cells. And that's why we tell you to take 3 drops and start low and start slow. But your gummies have to have time to work in your system. And then the essential oils, the same way, take it under the tongue. The topicals, put it on that place wherever it's affected, unless it's an open wound, of course, wherever the pain is. But if it's a closed wound, you're dealing with arthritis. Yes, arthritis, neuropathy, so many things that are causing pain. Our topicals are assisting people with the topicals. And then the smokables, you heard me talk about it. You want it to happen quick. All you need is just a pull, one pull, especially if you're a non-smoker. But if you are used to being a smoker, then 1 to 3 pulls. We even have people that are trying to get off of certain drug addictions. We've had people that have been addicted to cocaine and different things, and they've started using our smokables, and it weans them off to their not needing that drug anymore. Our spices, a 1/4 teaspoon per serving in your cooking. And then, of course, our hair care and sanitation products, use them as directed. We've got some new products. Flat Belly Protein Muscle Builder. Why do I want to highlight this? Because this builder, because so many of us were getting older, and when we get older, we have muscle breakdown and we get muscle loss, especially if you're not exercising. And so we want to help you prevent that, because when you get that muscle loss and the older you get, you fall, you hurt yourself. It takes a long time to get yourself back together if you're able to at all. And this protein muscle builder contains something called HMB, which is used for building muscle and preventing age-related muscle loss. Also, our Endocalyx Pro, one of our new products that's in our arsenal and in our dispensary. It's US patent, has a US patent. It was issued on April 17th of 2018. So this one is doctor recommended. Just take 2 pills, or some of us are taking 4 pills twice a day, depending on what your situation is. But what it's doing, it's helping so many areas because it's making smooth the blood vessels so that your blood can flow back, helping people with heart disease and high blood pressure, helping people with hearing loss and slow wound healing. If you're dealing with any of these things, really the problem is you're having problems of microvascular heart disease. So get back with the person who invited you. You want to get your products as quickly as possible. But before I leave tonight, I want to make sure you really hear from not just me, but from some other people that have been using our products already. So listen to these testimonies that are about to play.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Kimberly Smith Dotrieve. I am a board certified internal medicine physician, and I have had a very extraordinary relationship with Akana for the past 3 years. Akana has some very remarkable products that have changed the lives of my patients, my family, and even myself. My own testimony is that my head of hair, my locks, had become so thin and brittle because of a lot of stress and trauma that had occurred in my life. And when I started using the Akana hair care system, right away I noticed a difference. My hair was stronger, it felt more sturdy, and as I continued to use the shampoo and conditioner and that amazing hemp-powered hair, I started seeing new hair growth, then the thickness returned, and now my crown of glory has been restored. But not only that, my patients and my family have had such amazing results. Blood pressures are lower, blood sugars are lower, pain is better. My husband, who is taking 4 different pain medication, is not taking any of them anymore because he uses a combination of the pain cream, the tincture, and the gummies, and that has his pain under control. Patients, I've been able to use the tincture and the gummies and the smokable to help patients with their anxiety, PTSD, and panic attacks. I have patients who are sleeping better because of the tincture and the gummies. And across the board, blood pressure reduction, I have seen it over and over and over again. If the patients medication is not just being lowered, they are completely off of it because of these amazing, extraordinary, outstanding Akana products. And so, from a patient standpoint, you will live a better quality of life. From a physician standpoint, get on board and allow your patients to experience the better quality of life that these Akana products can give to them.
What brought me to Akana was one night, because I couldn't sleep at night. So since I was 40, I've never got over 6 hours sleep. So I was listening to Akana, and at that time, it was Wakana, and you had Royalty 10. And they were talking about these gummies, these little gummies that just take a quarter of it, and it's going to give you the best sleep. So I'm talking to the computer because my husband up there snoring. And I said, you know they lying, okay? But I'm going to get these gummies. Well, lo and behold, I got with somebody, I got the gummy. I said, okay, let me take a quarter because they said start slow. That was the best REM sleep that I had since I was 40, and I have been hooked ever since.
When I had my bioscan done by Dr. Prince, it told me I had serious intestine problems, which I was very aware of. So I did the 21-day cleanse. On the 5th day, I could have sworn I saw something swimming in the toilet. I wasn't sure, but it was real clear. So around the 10th day, I went to use the bathroom, looked back, you know how you do, you look back in the toilet, it wasn't nothing there. When I knew something had just came out of me. So I'm looking in the toilet, I knew the toilet didn't flush, so I looked in the front of the toilet. In the front of the toilet was sitting a mass, a nice size mass with brown little BBs, looked like maybe eggs or something, and something kind of swimming. But that's the first time I got that close to a toilet with my face, because we became, close.
Yeah.
And so I looked it up. It was parasites. It was parasites that had came out my body on that 10th day. I recommend the 21-day cleanse because it took 10 days for that to come out of me. And when I say after that came out of me, I had so much energy, so much energy. Finished the 21-day cleanse. I had a colonoscopy done before my bioscan. My colonoscopy told me I had a blockage. They wanted to do surgery. The doctor was preparing me for surgery. To cut me open and remove that blockage and put me on a colostomy bag. After the cleanse, I went back to the doctor and had another colonoscopy done. And guess what, y'all? It was gone. It was no longer a blockage there. I was crying. I was praising God on the table, man, because he wanted to cut me open to remove that blockage when all of time it was parasites. So that made me feel all these people that have to have surgery because of a blockage. I'm not saying this is the reason, but it made me feel that it's an alternative to having that surgery if you do our flat belly cleanse, because it saved my life and changed my life. Now, when I eat to my blood type, which is blood type A negative, when I eat to my blood against my blood type, which is I eat shrimps. And I yes, once a week, and I know it's bad for me. It say do not eat shrimps as A negative. I do eat shrimps instantly. After I finish them shrimp, my head fill up with mucus and my left knee gets a pain in it. So I know I'm pretty much, when I eat against my blood type, my body recognizes instantly. It ain't no more, why I got a headache or why I got this. It's like instantly recognition of eating to your blood type, of what happens when you eat against your blood type, what you suffer as far as inflammation and mucus and pain, different things like that. Like I say, it saved my life and changed my life. I would have been sitting around here cut open on a colostomy bag if I had not did that cleanse. And it made me so happy to know it was my own product that saved my life and changed my life. After I finished that cleanse the first time, I was down 18.9 pounds of waste. So to me, I got rid of a lot of parasites, and the main one was blocking my colon. And thank God for the flat belly lifestyle, because it's not just a cleanse, it's a lifestyle.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Eric Prince, the naturopath, and I just want to say that I'm very excited now because we're starting to create a whole new avenue of health and wellness called holistic health care. This is an avenue that allows us to treat our ailments and issues at the level of the root cause. What this does is this eradicates your condition, restores balance, and allows you to live a life that you were meant to live as you did when you were in your youth. This is about returning back to our youth. Youth is not predicated on the time you've been on the planet. It's predicated on the condition of your body. And now we have the ability with this process and this program to reverse our biological age and live young for as long as we desire, because now your health is back in your own hands. Now your life is back in your own hands. The decisions you make now are the decisions that's going to benefit you from this point on, because now you're more aware that we now have a way of getting back because of all of the testimonies.
It was me and my wife. We did the 21 days. Dramatic changes.
I was able to lose 14 pounds, 6 inches. And I love the way I look. I'm not gonna lie, I am loving this. But let me tell you what I love even more. I dropped my cholesterol 50 points, blood pressure stabilized, and my doctor and I had been fighting for the last 5 years because she wanted to put me on a statin, and I absolutely refused. And she told me I would never change my cholesterol lowered by diet alone. Well, you can know how excited I felt when I had dropped it 50 points.
My results were 13 pounds over the period of 7 days. Yes, 13 pounds over the period of 7 days. I first saw it in my skin. My skin was like super clear, glowing. People were like, you look different. You sound different.
After taking the 21-day cleanse, I am down 26 pounds. My energy is high. My mobility is high. My quality of life is high.
It just cleared my mind, my body, and my soul. I got rid of 12.8 pounds of waste. My stomach is flat, and it helped with my blood pressure. It's a great experience, and everyone needs to do this. We need to clean those toxins out of our system, and you just feel better. It gives you energy. You just feel better, and it's really life-changing.
At the age of 68 years young, the government was upon my shoulder to release the waste from around my waist. I also needed to clear up some other health challenges I was experiencing. Let me tell you guys something. Not only did the dermatitis and these weird chest pains that I was experiencing disappear, I went from 178 down to 163. I am living my life in the sunshine like a golden child, and life is, ooh, so good.
I was told, being an A blood type of my mom a long time ago, that I was literally a vegetarian. And now knowing what having an A blood type means, now understanding how to choose, now understanding that I need raw foods. It's a game changer.
I'm Gigi Harris, and I'm 67 years young. I'm living pain-free and medication-free, as well as being able to work out 3 to 4 times a week and eating according to my blood type. I believe just because you're getting older don't mean you got to look like hell going there. I tell you, I love having fun, I love to travel, and I continue to live in my imagination, and so can you. Just trust the process.
Percent blockage in my heart. I came here to the center, got a bioscan, and at that time, Melissa was taking a look at this Endocalyx Pro. She overheard me telling Phyllis about what happened, and she said, Royal, I got something here that you need to try. I bought it that night. There was 10 days to the angiogram. I started taking it right then and there that night. I took it for 9 days because I wanted that 10 day to be clear so there would be no problems. I get there, they prepare my groin because they're gonna go in through the groin. They sedate me heavily because they intended to put stents on both sides of my heart. They get me into the room. Now they're preparing my neck. I'm like, wait a minute, what's really going on? Okay, talk to me quick. Then they said, well, to get to the other side of your heart, we have to go through your neck. I'm like, really, Lord? Really? Okay, meant you. 9 days, I took Endocalyx Pro. I got it at home right now, and I'm gonna always have it. Here's what happened. Okay, I wake up. My daughter's in there, and you know, I'm really messed up because they sedated me heavily. Good Lord, it took a day and a half to come out from under all of that. But here's what happened. Nothing happened. And the reason nothing happened is because before they got ready to do what they were going to do to me, and they checked my level. Come on. I'm going to quote what the doctor said. I was at barely 20% blockage. Barely 20% blockage 9 days after having 70% blockage. Do you hear me? My God! Unbelievable. And so to this day, I continue to take it periodically. Okay, because if it did that in nine days, I don't know. But here's the thing about this stuff here. It doesn't just open up the vessels, it works on your capillaries. Those little bitty veins that he's talking about. It unblocked the little bitty capillaries and took me down to barely 20%.
We were so excited to hear that. And so the thing that I wanted you to know is these are real people, not paid actors, not somebody that's being endorsed, that's endorsing our product because they're getting a paycheck. These are real people. And we invite you to be a real person. So if you think that you can benefit in any way from what you've seen and what you've heard, you can benefit from our tinctures or our gummies or our detoxing program, get back with the person that invited you here. If you jumped on Facebook Live or YouTube or any other social media, jump and DM the person who belongs to that particular page and find out from them what is their website, because you know what? You need to get the products right now. And you know why I say right now? Because it's Memorial Day. We have extended our Memorial Day special. Whatever you get now, just spending at least bottom line $100 all the way up to $950, you're going to get 20% off. But not only that, if you are a brand new customer with us, have never purchased anything before, you're going to get an additional 10%. That's 30% off. So you want to definitely get back with the person, call them up, text them, email them, whatever you got to do. Send a carrier pigeon, and make sure they know that you've heard something that you're interested in. Thank you so much for being here. But also, if you've got anybody that just ran across your mind, you're thinking, God, they need to see this. Oh my God, my cousin needs to see this. My sister, my mom. Listen, get them on the call. Get them on this presentation. We'll be doing it tomorrow at 12 noon and 6 p.m. Friday at 12 noon and 6 p.m. We're doing this to end the month of May. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time.